So when our founders first envisioned A Time to Heal, it was really personal for both of them. Dr. Stephanie Korleski, she's an oncology psychologist working at Methodist Hospital at the time, and she also experienced cancer through her mother's own journey. Dr. Kay Ryan is a breast cancer survivor who worked with Stephanie at Methodist, and when she began her survivorship journey, she went to Stephanie and asked about rehabilitation, only to find out nothing existed. So together, they wrote a book that eventually became A Time to Heal, and A Time to Heal was founded officially in 2009. Since then, we have served many, many cancer survivors. Our programs have evolved and expanded into virtual, and now I would like you to hear from our survivors and our caregivers, their personal stories about what our programs have meant to them.
I didn't see the signs until later that I needed to go to the doctor. I started getting really tired, and then I found out I had acute myeloid leukemia. So it wasn't a really good time in my life at that point. I was 38 years old. This was in 2014, and I thought, how could I, at my age, get this?
We've been trying for about a year to get pregnant, and we couldn't. So we saw a fertility specialist to see what was going on. He did an ultrasound and found an ovarian mass. 5 surgeries later, I do have one more coming up in June. We learned that I had stage 2A ER-positive breast cancer and stage 3A low-grade serous carcinoma ovarian cancer.
Prior to chemo, you have a chemo class where they tell you what to expect. So you go through that class, you kind of know what happens, you talk to people, you kind of know what happened, but then when you're done, it's like, boom, you're finished. We did our jobs, now go live your life again.
I experienced the exact same feelings as she did when it came to the end of her chemotherapy, looking down a dark tunnel, not knowing what's going to happen over the next 3 months. I think that's probably what led us to A Time to Heal. The fact that we needed help. We needed somebody to hold our hands. We needed somebody to talk off the ledge, so to speak, or at least walk us through this.
Cancer is a big word for anybody. So I think A Time to Heal for me was so wonderful in that I could talk with people that more or less are going through the same thing.
Before I left the hospital for the last time, and it was in January of 2015, I had asked one of the nurses if there were any programs available for people that were done with treatments so that I could have another resource. I wanted to have a community, and so that's how I heard about A Time to Heal.
This was the first program that my husband and I could go through together. Luckily, A Time to Heal had a pilot program that just ended actually last week for young survivors. And so we decided to take the class again. And it was such an incredible experience. It was definitely what we needed because we were able to connect with young survivors like ourselves who are navigating, fertility issues, navigating, working while trying to go through their cancer treatments. And it was exactly what we needed into this, survivorship part of the cancer journey.
By talking to the other people in the class, it was a lifeline. Classes were really good in both. I've got the books, and I've got some that are flagged, and again, some just as a reminder to not let your brain run ahead of itself. There's methods and there's things to think about and talk about.
Probably the most beneficial thing that I got was that brief moment where I was able to let it all hang out. And without looking directly at Maralin, she was able to hear, feel, and experience what I was feeling. And I think that it brought us closer during the entire cancer experience.
It's so comforting to know that other people have the same issues as I do, whether it's, forgetting what you were talking about, or whether it's, oh, I feel this pain, should I be worried? And oh, I've had that before. And just anything that you can relate to because I feel like sometimes people don't really understand what it's like unless they've been through it themselves.
I don't know if I really want to do a Zoom or whatever, but once I did it, it's just wonderful. For some people, it's intimidating, but it really is less intimidating than meeting new people in a different place. You're in your own home. I was very saddened when the 9 weeks was up. I really was, because I made close. I enjoyed the people. I enjoy people anyway.
Cancer takes away so much. It took away so much from me, physically, emotionally. Being able to have a foundation like A Time to Heal, being able to, talk to people that understand what I'm going through has helped me just feel better about what's happened, all the things we've gone through.
I would say, and thank you to the folks that have donated, that made the class possible, that made it during COVID, to be able for us in Tucson, Arizona, to take advantage of something in Nebraska where, we had never even been.
We had all this going on, and then all of a sudden it stops. And whether that's, with the doctor's appointments or whatever, and you don't know where to go. And A Time to Heal has really helped. And I do want to include that it's very important that it's free for all, because there are a lot of people that maybe don't have the funds to go to A Time to Heal otherwise. So it's important for donors to donate and consider because of that. My husband and I have donated to A Time to Heal because we wanted to pay it forward.
I think that's what I definitely learned in going through these classes, is that I'm doing all right, and I'm going to continue to do all right as long as I keep putting in the work to feel better about my situation and feel better about life is still going to be pretty darn incredible as long as I want it to be.
Being able to not just pick up the pieces, but not being afraid to live. Not being afraid to live until you die. That's what it meant to me, and that is what I intend to do.